Guys, today we're going to go over using R and RStudio. What is R? It's a programming language primarily used by data scientists. It's good for handling large amounts of data, comparing and analyzing data, running analysis, regression on data sets that are too large for Excel, basically. It's very popular. There are even some instances where you'll use R over using a query language. You can actually interject query languages into R scripts as well. So it's highly useful, highly popular. I'm just going to get you guys set up and going. What I like to use is Swirl. So R is totally open source. It has a great learning community around it. We're just going to go to swirlstats.com. You'll probably land on the home page. Swirl is just kind of like a library that'll teach you how to use R. So we're going to go to Learn. It'll give you 3 steps to get up and going. Step 1, get R. So depending on what you have, either Windows or Mac, you're going to need to download it. I'm running on Mac right now. I have already downloaded R.
Hey everyone.
It's not super hard. However, you will need to do it. It'll be located at r-project.com. Again, it's totally free. If you're using Windows, you can get it here. Everything you need should be on this page. So download it for the platform you have and run it. You won't see a whole lot. It's not going to be like an app that pops up on your desktop. It's just installing it on your computer. So once you have R, the programming language, installed, go to step 2. This is RStudio. This is going to give you like an interface or a platform to write and run R code in here. This is what the website looks like. Make sure you get the free version. Again, all of this is free, open source. You don't need to pay for anything. Download this, fairly simple. When you download it, you will see a application that actually pops up. This is what it's going to look like. Here's your RStudio. Let's minimize this just for a second. Go back to Swirl. Okay, so now that we have R, the programming language, RStudio, we're going to want to install Swirl. So what you need to do is just copy this line right here. Go down to our console. Paste it in or type it in. Hit enter. You'll notice that it's actually downloading a bunch of stuff, so just give it some time. Awesome, looks like it's completed. Alright, let's go back here. How to start Swirl. Alright, we're going to need this line first. Awesome. Now we're going to type swirl to begin. So now, right now we're in RStudio, and this thing called Swirl, it's not R code itself, it's not RStudio. Swirl is just kind of a learning session, a learning library that'll teach you how to use RStudio and R. So everything's going to kind of happen in this terminal looking thing down here, and it's going to walk you through the steps. Every time you see 3 dots here at the bottom left corner, that's your cue to press enter and just continue. So it'll have you really interacting with this menu. This is just testing 1, 2, or 3. They all go to the same place. Here it gives you some commands. Main will take us to the main menu. Skip is going to skip a lesson if we get stuck. Play will allow you to actually go outside of the lesson and just kind of start making your own variables and testing out some things. But for now we're just going to keep going through the lesson. So here it shows you all the different things you can do. We're just going to start with step 1. Please choose a course or type 0 to exit Swirl. Let's start the first course, R programming. And let's do the very first lesson. As you'll see here, there's a bunch of lessons. You can come back to these in the main menu. Basic building blocks. Now it's kind of like story mode here. It's gonna just walk you through some things. You really need to read it. So now here's our first example, just calculator mode. So we're going to type 5 plus 7. There's our answer, 12. I think next it's going to have us assign this math problem to a variable. Yep. It's telling us right here, this is how we're assigning it to a variable. Okay, to assign the variable. Alright, let's type this out. Our variable is x. We're assigning this math problem to x. Awesome, so now I believe that's a global variable. And now if we just call it, well, it doesn't want us to do that yet, but alright, let's just call it x 12. Awesome, we've made our first variable. Alright, let's make another variable. This less than, minus, that's just kind of like equals in other languages, like y equals whatever we're assigning to the variable. I don't know why they chose the arrow, but it's alright. Let's do x minus 3. So remember, x is 12 because we've assigned a math problem to that variable. So now we're going to hit enter. Alright, and let's get the response of y, our new variable. 9. 12 minus 3 is 9. So as you can see, this Swirl program is just kind of walk you through all of these little courses and get you the fundamentals of the R language and working with RStudio. If we want to go, I think next they're talking about vectors here or how to concatenate. So yeah, it's really useful. It's simple. Honestly, if you're stuck and you're watching YouTube videos and you've got a big problem to solve, or you just don't know how to really get started learning R and RStudio, I know a lot of YouTube videos, they have files that they want you to download and examples that are kind of weird and they make up, and honestly, just this is a great method right here. Just go through, learn all the fundamentals, and you'll kind of start to make up your own problems or scenarios, and if you really focus and go through all of this, you will learn something. So good luck to you. As you can see here, we're just going to type the main function and we're going to go back to the menu, and I think we can exit if we want. But yeah, that's about it. This is getting you set up in RStudio using R language, and we are using the Swirl learning library. Thanks.